Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Back with it. Today we talking about the questions I'm finna ask One United Bank when I pull this interview with them. I just want to touch on a few things that I've been finding in my research as I dig a little deeper into who they are. You know, they're the largest black-owned bank in the United States. We've talked about that. So I want to look into, you know, how hard these questions are going to go as we start talking about pro-black lobbyism and having a bank be the storehouse of black money in managing our pro-black lobbyism in all these black cities, right? So here's some of the questions, and if y'all can think of anything that y'all will want me to ask on top of what I'm about to tell y'all, put it in the comments and I will consider it. I'll hit y'all back up and let y'all know what I think. So a little more history on the bank. The One United Bank is owned by a guy named Kevin Cohee, and he basically created the Bank Black movement. Popped this whole thing off with, man, we got to start banking black and start doing some things for blackness in a banking sphere. I'm going to see whether or not, you know, he moved on a legitimate social cue that said, man, I'm tired of this shit, or whether he was just jumping on it on some dick riding shit. We going to peel back the layers. It got a lot of black people. The number on their website says tens of millions of dollars getting chunked into black-owned banks and black-owned banking spheres. I think that's good. That's good. That's a good move. But like I said, I'm starting with, you know, I want to know, first of all, was that his goal? Was it a legitimate goal? Just to fill him and his company out, just to see? Because my other questions are going to reveal if that was an opportunist move. Or what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? We got to bet. Period. We got to bet out here. And doing research, yo, I saw them on News One. Their COO is a lady by the name of Terry Williams. She came on News One now, Roland Martin's show, right? And I've been looking, I swear y'all been looking all over for that TV show that they put up. I looked for it on the TV One site. I looked for it on all of Roland Martin's YouTube videos. I couldn't find it. I gotta find that shit. But this is the interview that he did with the COO of One United Bank before he got fired from TV One and all that shit. And I want to know what that was about. So I'm gonna ask him that question too. Yo, what was that interview that you did with Roland Martin? What was that shit covering? And then hopefully I can get Terry on the phone. Hopefully I can talk to her. But what was that about? You know what I mean? What was y'all really talking about with Roland Martin, right? So I kind of got a little antenna up about his presence around them and them kind of smiling around him. I'm looking at it like, okay, oh yeah, Roland Martin, he's Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. So is this Kevin Cohee guy. So you know. All right. You know what I mean? What else have I seen? Damn, you know, on their website, they also shouting out John Lewis on the website. Shouting him out. You know, Tariq been acting a fool this week on the John Lewis impersonations, you know what I mean? And all over their site, they got vote, plastered all over the place. So I want to ask them, you know, with a majority of my audience, voting is of minimal efficacy. We see that it's of minimal effect without safeguarding candidates whom we are sure of the trajectory they will take. And I saw nothing on the site that spoke to safeguarding candidates, building them up from grassroots level. So it's probably new to them. You know what I mean? I just want to know, is it something that their bank would be interested in endeavoring into? All right? They talk about people using their dollars with a purpose. So here on my channel, we will assume that means when it comes to politics as well. I'm going to address undergirding pro-black lobbyists to mobilize pro-black candidates with a goal of satisfying the agenda of a pro-black populace. Like I said, this may be all new to them, but I just want to see, have they made or do they plan on making strides of this nature? And damn, you know, the guy Kevin Cohey, like I said, man, this brother's Alpha Phi Alpha. All right. So I'm going to ask Terry, or if I can get him on the phone, I'm going to ask him, like, will this bank's affiliation with this organization affect their loyalty to the black community? We have a boycott right now in the area, phasing up against Delta Sigma Theta sorority member Renee Hall for her trepidation and complete cooperation with the white supremacist terrorist police system out here. She's even mentioned in the lawsuit against the city for willfully violating Botham Jean's rights as of the 26th of last month. My point is, we come across teams of lip service. As it stands, we got a lip service league out here when it comes to the black community. A league like the NFL, goddammit. It's teams of motherfuckers, right? And we want to be sure that it ain't no games with our money. You know what I mean? Just to get into the bank, you know what I mean? They are FDIC insured. And I think it goes up to $300,000 for these FDIC insurances. For a lobbyist, to pay a lobbyist $300,000 is a good number for what they expect, just in general, according to my research. I'm gonna ask them the other question of, what can you say to convince me not to just put this money in a hole and get everybody mama name, mama address, auntie address, child's address, niece address, nephew address, etc. I'm gonna ask them that shit, because damn it, we can't trust nobody. Or let me say, we can't trust nobody until we really trust somebody. Right? So that's why I'm going through all these banks' resumes as a part of my series on pro-black empowerment lobbyism. Oh man, what else did I see? Oh yeah, on their site, they also got something about immigration. They talk about how immigrants are linked to greater invention and innovation in the US and create business at higher rates than native-born citizens. So this is some immigrant jocking shit. Hopefully they take into account that immigrants are disproportionately given step-ups for playing assimilation politics around this bitch. They get step-ups and they get vetted for distancing themselves from native blacks here, especially the pro-black empowerment community created by American descendants of slaves. And shout out to Tone Talks and Yvette Carnell for that identifier. They're being used as a buffer class to where a white supremacist terrorist society doesn't have to deal with the concerns of black people already here and most intimately connected with black empowerment thought and the activity over here. Making usury of black immigrants from Africa, the Caribbean, South America, the UK to undermine the grassroots blacks, the American descendants of slaves, because they owe us. Straight up, they owe us the most, culturally, monetarily, etc. These other implanted black groups aren't owed the same quantity of money. You know what I mean? So they can throw them crumbs like a little job, and then they shitting on American descendants of slaves all day just to keep it. Right? They repeating some white supremacist talking points from Jamila Lemieux and Amber Rose all day. But all that immigrant shit is gonna get wiped off the table when they fuck with this part of what we doing. If the immigrant blacks try to fuck with this part of what we doing, as far as banking is concerned, you understand all the immigrant cheese, grits, and gravy that they got or that they get, they're gonna have to put all of that shit aside when we talking about a pro-black agenda politician, not a politician running on immigrant issues. You feel me? They're gonna have to put the potential of getting immigrant-related set-asides to rest if they are to fuck with us on this 100%. You know what I'm saying? So further on their site, it says, according to a report by the National Foundation for American Policy, immigrants have started more than half, that's 44 out of 87, of America's startup companies valued at $1 billion or more, and are key members of management or product development teams in over 70% of these companies. So 62 out of the 87 startups. For many immigrants, business ownership is a part of our cultural DNA. As a Haitian American elected official communicated to our president and CEO, that would be Kevin Cohey and Terry Williams, we're used to running things and seeing ourselves as managing businesses and an entire country's economy. This is what these Haitians talking. They're used to running things, but they're not gonna talk about Hillary Clinton over there stealing all that gold, setting up all that money grabbing shit they got going on. Okay, but they ain't gonna talk about the Clintons. Okay. All right, brother. Or sister, whoever said that. So basically they go on about immigrants achieving the American dream. And I hear that shit, right? But they gonna have to shut that shit right on up when we talking about pro-black empowerment candidates. That's all the black people who been here trying to hear. We trying to get into the market for political set-asides. So somebody in Tariq Nasheed, our brother Tariq Nasheed, his Instagram or either one of his either his Sunday show, was talking about how many Haitians and Caribbeans, they already got their money together and they already do shit politically for the Haitian and Caribbean community politically already. And I wouldn't doubt that shit. So I say fuck a coalition with what they talking about in their case. We over here, we got our own agenda as the descendants of the black people who built the economy of the globe from this location called America, period. Period. Our list of political needs reads way differently. We need land. Immigrants already got land back where they come from. We need business capital, cash, and machinery. And we don't need our list getting cross-contaminated or watered down with the needs of Nigerians who already get their step-ups when they come over and just kiss ass and bow down type of shit. Caribbeans who already got their step-ups over us. Nah, we ain't having that. Fuck that. We need to tend to ourselves on this one, my American black people. But that was the quick questionnaire I wanted to lay on them folks. Look, if y'all could think of anything else, just hit me up in the comments. I'll respond to it. But yeah, that's that. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscription button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, so you know when I'm dropping. Get it, y'all.